The Thing, 1982. Facts behind the scenes and legacy. Introduction. Isolation, paranoia, a creature that could be anyone. The Thing, 1982, is one of the most terrifying and influential horror films ever made. Yet when it was first released, it was considered a failure. Audiences weren't ready for its bleak tone, grotesque effects, and nihilistic ending. But over time, John Carpenter's masterpiece has earned its place as a horror classic. Let's dive into some chilling facts behind the scenes secrets and how The Thing changed horror forever. General facts. The Thing is based on the 1938 novella Who Goes There by John W. Campbell, which also inspired The Thing from Another World, 1951. Unlike the 1951 version, Carpenter's film stayed more faithful to the original story's paranoia-driven horror. Released on June 25, 1982, it had the misfortune of coming out just 2 weeks after E.T. audiences were in love with friendly aliens, not shape-shifting nightmares. Critics hated the film at first. The New York Times called it instant junk, and Roger Ebert dismissed it as a bath bag movie. But over time, fans and filmmakers recognized its brilliance. It was originally a box office bomb, making only $19.6 million against a $15 million budget. However, it became a cult favorite thanks to home video and re-releases. Behind the scenes and special effects. The mind-melting practical effects were created by special effects artist Rob Bottin, who was only 22 years old at the time. He worked so hard on the film that he ended up hospitalized due to exhaustion. The dog kennel scene, where the creature mutates for the first time, used a mix of animatronics, real dog remains, and bladder effects to create the horrifying transformation. The iconic blood test scene, where MacReady tests the crew's blood for infection, had the actors genuinely tense because they weren't told exactly when the blood would react. Their fear was real. The infamous defibrillator scene featured a double amputee actor wearing prosthetics filled with fake arms, making the chest-bursting moment look terrifyingly real. Stan Winston, the legend behind Aliens and Predator, stepped in to help design the Thing's final monstrous form when Bottin's workload became overwhelming. The film originally had a different ending. One version had MacReady being rescued and tested, confirming he wasn't infected. Another had a happy ending, but Carpenter wisely chose the ambiguous, eerie conclusion we know today. The Thing's impact on horror. Now considered one of the greatest horror films ever made, The Thing ranks highly on multiple best horror movie lists. It inspired countless horror films and video games, including Resident Evil, Dead Space, The Faculty, and even Among Us. The film spawned a prequel in 2011, but it was heavily criticized for using CGI instead of practical effects, proving that The Thing's practical horror is unmatched. The debate over the ending still rages on. Is MacReady infected? Is Childs? The ambiguity keeps fans theorizing to this day. Conclusion. John Carpenter's The Thing was ahead of its time. While dismissed in 1982, it now stands as a masterpiece of practical effects, tension, and paranoia. Would it have been more successful if not for E.T.? Maybe. But one thing is certain, it's one of horror's most chilling and unforgettable films. So what do you think? Is The Thing Carpenter's best movie? And who do you think was infected at the end? Let me know in the comments.
Bloody Mary's Horror Stories. Watch, like, and subscribe.